Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. Yeah, so in the last class, we discussed about firewall policies and also security profiles configuration and how the packet validation it will happen whenever any packet is entering into the organization and also whenever packet is leaving from the organization. So those things we discussed. In the today topic, we will discuss about high availability and also firewall upgrade and possible if time permits, I'll explain about VPN as well. So that is the agenda for today. So high availability of the firewall. So already we discussed about high availability. So at the time of discussion of DNS servers, even I have shown practically also, every organization, whenever we are assigning IP address, so they will maintain two different types of servers. One is primary DNS and the second one is secondary DNS. If primary DNS server will go down, secondary DNS will come into picture. So to make sure that always 99.59 should be available as per CIA triad. Okay, so that is what we discussed. So not only just for firewall high availability, this is applicable to almost all the tools. So even it is applicable to even non-critical servers or critical servers also. Forget about non-critical servers, critical servers. Okay, so if it is critical to the organization level, so that may belongs to any database server, application server, or any other critical servers. Always we have to maintain two different types of server with same configurations. Okay, so why we have to maintain the two different types of config? I mean, two different of the same configuration. If primary will go down, secondary will come into picture. If secondary will go down, once again primary will come into picture. So in such a way, we have to make sure that always that server or database or application should be available. So as per security best practices, 99.59. So that's what we discussed. So as I said, this is not only applicable to our firewall, this is applicable to SIM tool, this is applicable to proxy, this is applicable to critical servers, this is applicable to even critical applications and so on. Okay, so that is called high availability. So why we are maintaining two different types of firewalls in the perimeter level? Why? Because so perimeter is the entry point any organization. So most of the attacks will be blocked in the perimeter itself using firewall. So that is the reason. So in the organization level, we have to maintain two different types of firewalls. Maybe proxy we can purchase only one, or maybe IDS IPS we can purchase one, or EDR maybe we can purchase because all these are in trust zone. But so whatever next generation firewall we are deploying in the perimeter level, so if you are bypassing one firewall, obviously attacks will get compromised. So that is the reason we have to maintain two different types of firewalls. If primary will go down, secondary will come into picture and it will take care of all the attacks mitigation, eradication, and also recovery and so on. So once again, we have to bring it back to the high availability in case if secondary will go down. So this is the way how we have to maintain the high availability. So how we can define this high availability? Maintaining two similar devices with same configuration so that we can minimize all the attacks. Okay. So we are discussing about firewalls. So that is the reason I said we can minimize all the attacks. But if it is server level for high availability purpose or availability purpose, we will use. Okay. So coming back here, you have to remember network architecture diagram. Network architecture diagram. In the network architecture diagram, so how we can configure this one? So these two firewalls we have to deploy in DMZ zone, because these are the perimeter firewall. If you're purchasing internal firewall also, in between access and core switch we have to deploy. So I'll go back. So here firewall. So this is firewall one, maybe example. In the similar way, we have to purchase one more firewall. That may physical firewall that is belongs to hardware module. That may virtual firewall as well. So we have two different types of deployment sites we have. One is physical hardware module. Second one is virtual firewall. So this perimeter level firewall. In the diagram, I did not put the internal firewall. Basically, internal firewall is located in between access and core switch. So in between these two, we have to deploy internal firewall. So most of the organizations here also they will maintain the high availability. Okay. So coming back now, if we want to maintain high availability between two different types of firewalls, what are the different types of terms and conditions we have to follow. Okay, so terms and conditions or conditions, otherwise conditions. So before going to conditions, so here how can we call it as that is a primary and backup? So there are different types of terminology under this primary and backup. One is primary, so second one is secondary. So primary, backup, third one is master, slave. Next one is active, passive. So these are all the different types of terminology we can use. Primary and secondary, that is one of the terminology we can use. Or primary backup we can use. Okay. Next one is master or slave. So master means primary, slave means secondary or backup. Active or passive. So active means primary, passive means secondary. So different companies or different organizations, they'll call it in different terminology, but all these terminology belongs to high availability. Okay. Even different vendors or tools also, they will give different names basically. Okay. So primary or secondary or primary or backup, master or slave or active or passive. So this is the terminology we will use. Now conditions for the high availability. What are the different types of conditions we can use? Conditions for HA. So high availability in short, we can write as HA.
Sir?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Here, same configuration you said, no, sir. What about same configuration in the sense?
Same configuration meaning here, whatever configurations we are configuring, everything it is applicable to secondary also. We have to sync up the configuration. So what are policies we are configuring, what are management IP we are assigning, what are subnet mask we are assigning, whatever primary DNS we are integrating, what kind of secondary DNS integration. So same as it is like a similar type of device. So sync up the configuration we have to do. What are primary firewall, we have the data. Secondary firewall also should have the same data. So that is called, so same configuration basically.
Okay.
So 100% same configuration, simple word, same configuration. So in primary firewall, water policies we are configuring, second security profiles we are configuring. So dashboards we are configuring, reports we are generating. So traffic we are monitoring, routing we are defining. So same thing is applicable to secondary. So otherwise synchronization will not happen. Okay, so that will explain in the couple of minutes. Please give me some time. Conditions for high availability, what exactly conditions we have to maintain. So if you want to maintain the two firewalls with the same configuration, example, you can see this is the primary firewall. Example maybe. So primary firewall. So this is secondary or maybe passive or maybe so slave and so on. So I'll put secondary. So secondary firewall. If you want to maintain these two firewall has a high availability, example, maybe primary firewall number is primary firewall model number is example, take FortiGate. What is the model number we discussed in FortiGate demo tool? Anyone? What is the model number? What is the model number? Demo tool. Anyone? Did you remember? What is the model number?
1801F.
Perfect. 1801F. So this is the model number. So if primary firewall model number is 1801 and secondary firewall number, example, okay. So for suppose maybe consider 1802. In this scenario, whether high availability will work or not? Yes or no? In this scenario, okay, primary firewall model number is 1801. Secondary firewall model number is 1802. Okay, we are deploying primary firewall as a 1801 and secondary firewall 1802. Two different hardware model numbers. In this scenario, whether okay high availability work or not? Yes or no?
No, sir.
What is the reason?
Because of configuration is different, sir.
because of the hardware backend development is different and configuration is also different, model number also different, and OS version is different, firmware also different. So that is the reason if two different types of hardware model numbers we are using, high availability will not work. So firewall model number must be same. Firewall model number must be same. Then only high availability will work. Okay. So this is example. We'll give one more scenario. Palo Alto. PA means Palo Alto. So 3050. This is one of the model number. Okay. So we have secondary firewall as a maybe PA 3060. This is one of the model number. What about in this scenario? What about in this scenario?
Here also no, sir.
No, sir.
Exactly. That's right. Here also it will not work. If primary firewall is 3050, even secondary firewall also must be, not should be, or shall be, or maybe, must be same. Then only high availability will work. Okay, so that is the first condition. Okay, so I will remove this one. First condition is two firewall model number should be, must be, sorry. Two firewalls model numbers must be same. Then only high availability will work. Second thing. Okay, same concept. Okay, so PA 3050 you can consider. So primary firewall. Firmware version. Otherwise, we can take a FortiGate because you have seen FortiGate practically. That's why FortiGate 1801F. What is the version of firmware version or OS version? What is the firmware version or OS version? Did you remember firmware version or OS version? Did you remember or not?
7.2.4.
Excellent. 7.2.4. That's right. 7.2.4. So all these things you have to remember, guys. So in the real interview, they will explain whether you are a fake or real guy. They will ask all these model numbers, even firmware versions also. So for suppose the secondary firewall is primary firewall is 1801F, secondary firewall is 1801F. So primary firmware version is 7.2.4, secondary firewall firmware version is 7.2.5. In this scenario, whether high availability will work or not?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's right. It will not work. Why? Because two are different firmware versions and also OS version. Maybe whatever features are available in the secondary of firewall must be different in the 7.2.4. So if two different firewalls are the two different firmware versions, so even though if it is same model number, it will not work. So always firewall firmware version or OS must be same. So example, if FortiGate primary firewall version 7.2.4, so what is the secondary firewall version should be or must be? What the version must be?
7.2.4.
Yeah, 7.2.4. So these two conditions are mandatory. So two firewalls, firmware. So this is firmware, guys. Don't call it firmware or firmware because couple of students I have seen, they used to call it firmware or firmware. That is wrong terminology or word. It's a firmware. R is silent. Must be two firewalls firmware must be same. So this is second condition. So third conditions. Okay, so we have to purchase different types of licensing. So what are the different types of licensing we have to purchase? What are features we have? Example, packet filtering. So licensing we have to purchase different types. I will provide that one. I think I forgot that one. So firewall license. One is antivirus license we have to purchase. DLP license we have to purchase. URL filtering we have to purchase. So next one is IPS purchase we have to purchase. Next one is premium support we have to purchase. What is premium support in general terminology? In our day-to-day terminal, what is premium support? What is premium support? In your mobile or in your laptop or in maybe in your fridge or maybe in your what is that? Sorry.
To pay the amounts.
What is that in call it as? Whenever you're purchasing mobile or vehicle or maybe television or maybe laptop and so on, you'll
EMI.
purchase not EMI. That is for
Warranty.
payment. Warranty, yes. So basically, warranty we can consider as a premium support. Premium support. That I told you, I think several times in the class also. Okay, so why we have to purchase this premium support? In case if you don't know how to configure, how to troubleshoot, how to handle in that scenario, we will raise a ticket with the vendor also. Vendor also, that is called support case. Support case. So then they will come to online and they will troubleshoot and they will help us. Similarly, like a warranty. Example, 1 year warranty or 2 years warranty, 3 years warranty. In that particular warranty time period, if anything is happened to the furniture, water we purchased, they'll come and they will do the repair and so on, right? Same thing is applicable here as well. So in our software terminology or IT terminology, we can call it premium support. Okay, so nothing but warranty kind of thing. So next one is Wi-Fi. Next one, access points. Okay, next one is app control. So these are all the different types of licensings we have to purchase. This is generic way. If I want to go and show practically this one, so I'm not sure how many people have seen this one in the demo dashboard. So they didn't purchase all the licenses in our FortiGate demo firewall tool. I think IPS is one thing is there, premium support is there. Next one is antivirus is there. Okay. Let me show you. Yeah. You can see here, are you able to see licenses? FortiCare support. What is my FortiCare support in our terminology? Just now I told you, FortiCare support. What is FortiCare support?
Warranty.
Yeah, premium support, that's right. So please don't say in the interview point of view warranty, just for understanding purpose, I said warranty, but you can say premium support. So FortiCare support, firmware and general updates, IPS and antivirus. So whatever tool they deployed for demo purpose, they purchased only 4 licenses. 4 licenses. So up to which date these licenses are available? You can see which date it is going to expire. Which date it is going to expire?
2025.
2025.
Yes.
February 15th.
Yeah, February 15th, 2025. So that means another approximate 2 years, less than 2 years. Okay. So this is the way how to purchase licenses. So these licenses also, it is not like a, so, okay, I mean, versions should not, there, it always has versions basically. And IPS, so version will be there, antivirus versions will be there, FortiCare support versions will be there, firmware update, just now we have seen, versions will be there. Okay, so example, antivirus version may be 1.2. So DLP version may be 1.1. URL filtering version may be 1.1. IPS version may be 1.1, because all these are signatures. All these are signature, on daily basis we have to update the signature. How frequently we have to update the signature? Daily basis. So daily basis we have to download and we have to update at midnight 12 o'clock for suppose. This is applicable to even EDR tool also. In EDR tool, what is that particular licensing we can call it as? Or policy we can call it as? In EDR tool, so what is licensing we can call it as? In policies, I said one of the policy. In EDR tool. In EDR tool, one of the policy is related to get the regular updates related to anti-malware and antivirus, HADS, HAPS, threat prevention. So what is that particular terminology we can call it as? What are the policies we can configure in the antivirus?
Update management.
Perfect answer, excellent. Update management. Update management meaning here, regularly, whatever all over the world, across the universe. Okay, so whatever it is happening, the attacks. So these tools are vendors, they will update the signatures. So whatever unknown attack is coming, that one can be converted to known after doing the R&D, research and development. For every unknown attack, after doing the R&D, research and development, they will create one of the signature. So if you want to update that particular signature, So vendor daily will release the patch updates. Patch updates. That in this scenario, EDR scenario, malware related patch updates will be released by vendor. Okay, so that's why these versions are not static. These versions are not static. So these versions are always dynamic in nature. Maybe right now antivirus version may be in 1.2. So tomorrow now Fortinet vendor, they will release new signatures. Then it will become 1.3. So this is also one of the interior question. How frequently you will update the signature in firewall? How frequently you will update the signature in the antivirus tool? How frequently you will update the signature in the proxy? What is the answer?
Daily
What?
basis.
Yes, daily basis. There is no need to do manual updates. Automatically, we have to schedule the updates. At 12 o'clock midnight, we have to update all those patches. So we will schedule the time. So example 12 a.m. every day, it has to download and it has to install. So that is nothing but updates management. So maybe today version of the antivirus is 1.2. Tomorrow, Fortinet vendor is released signature related to 1.3. Maybe day after tomorrow, or maybe after 1 week, they will release 1.4. Okay. So now premium support. Okay, so premium support, there is no signature because support role. Wi-Fi maybe 1.1 or 1.0. Okay, access points maybe 1.1. App control maybe 1.2. So now, okay, my questions to you. So this is configured on the primary firewall. In secondary firewall, it should be same configuration or same licensing version, or it should be in different versions. Anyone?
Same license.
Same version.
Yes,
Same.
exactly. Yeah. Then only synchronization will happen. Then only configuration will be same as it is.
High availability also.
Yeah. So in this scenario, primary versions of the primary firewall is this one. Second firewall versions also must be same as it is. Okay. So if two different types of versions are there in the primary and secondary, synchronization will not happen. Configuration sync will not happen. In that particular scenario, if primary will go down, synchronization it's not happen, not same configuration. So high availability will not work. Okay. So what is third condition we have to provide? All the software firmware versions for different license must be same. Licenses of firmware versions must be same. So these are all the three different types of conditions we have to maintain. So then only high availability will work. So just I'm removing this one. So these are all the conditions, guys. So then only high availability will work. Otherwise, high availability will not work. So that is called high availability. Now firewall upgrade concept. Firewall upgrade. So in this scenario, so let's take our practical, okay, FortiGate version itself. So upgrade the firewall from 7.2.4 to 7.2.5. So why we have to upgrade the firewall? Why you are upgrading your apps in your mobile? Why you are upgrading your voice version in your mobile? What is the reason? Anyone?
New features.
Exactly, that's perfect answer. For new features, every day or not every day, maybe quarterly once or weekly once. So these vendors, they will develop the new features. Okay. If end of life or dev support is not available, so they will not develop any new features. Okay. But so whatever end of life till that support is available, they will release the regular patch updates. Okay. So why we have to do these app updates or application updates, even mobile updates also to get the new features basically. So that is the reason even in our mobile also we have to update our features. So after that we have to restart our mobile. Then only those features are applicable. Otherwise it will not applicable. Okay. So upgrading of the firewall from 7.2.4 to 7.2.5. So 7.2.4 is current version and latest stable version is 7.2.5. Latest stable version. There are different types of testing environments will be there in the product development and application development also. There are different types of environments we have. One is called development environment. One is called testing environment. One is called pre-prod environment. Next one is prod environment. Okay. So this pre-prod we can also call mirror environment. Prod is nothing but online production. Even you are onboarding in a company also, they will say, okay, so after giving 1 week only, they'll put in the prod environment, production environment. What is mean by that one? So whether you understand the process or not. Okay, so example, you selected for cyber security SOC analyst in Wipro company. So do you think that day one onwards you have to work on the instance? No. First, they will give at least 1 week KT. What is the process they are following? What are the tools they are following? What are the tools they are using? So whether you are aware of all the process, whatever Wipro is using, and whether you are aware of whatever tools they are using, once everything perfectly all right and you are confident, then only they will put in the production environment. When you say production environment, okay, this guy is ready to do the instant investigation. So that's called production basically. Coming back, that is different scenario. Coming back to this scenario, whenever any product, okay, so if they want to release to public, in that scenario, there are different types of, different types environments will be there. One environment is called development environment. One environment is called testing environment. One environment is called pre-prod environment or mirror environment. Okay, so one environment is called a production or online. So nothing but, so most of our applications, whatever we are using in our current, okay, so scenario, example, facebook.com or whatsapp.com or youtube.com or linkedin.com or twitter.com or instagram.com. Out of these, for which one? Anyone? Regularly you are using all these applications, right? Out of these, for which one you are using?
Product, sir.
Yes, you are right. Production. So we are using production environment. Once everything is successfully, testing is completed, so even pre-prod, everything is perfectly all right, then only those features will release to the public. So whatever features right now you are using in LinkedIn or maybe youtube.com or maybe facebook.com or twitter.com or instagram.com, so that is called prod environment, production environment. So prior to this one, Facebook company, Twitter company, Instagram company, WhatsApp company, YouTube company, LinkedIn company, they will do all these different types of validations. First, they will do the development. So then they will do the testing. Then how it is working in the pre-prod environment. If everything is successful, then only they will release to the public. So that is called prod. So this also we can call it as alpha, beta, gamma, and finally GA. So alpha, beta, gamma, GA, general availability. Okay, alpha, beta, gamma, general availability. General availability means it's like a production. General availability means like a production. Okay, so this is the way how they will go. Prior to this one, there are so many development, there are different types of environments will be there. So this basically developers and testers and the DevOps team, TechOps team, these people are aware of this one. Okay, let's go and see what Portigate is using. So build environment. It's not actually whatever 7.2.4 they are using. It's a build environment. It's not at all even general availability also. General availability also. It's only just build. It's nothing but pre-prod, not even production environment. It's a pre-prod. Because it's a demo tool. It's a demo tool. Okay. So this is the way how we can identify. So that is anyway, these are all things will be aware by respect to developers, testers. So then DevOps team, TechOps team, machine learning team, those two people are aware of these concepts. So coming back now, so once, okay, everything it is available in the general availability or production environment 7.2.5, then only we have to upgrade. Then only we have to upgrade. Example 7.2.5 is available in the pre-prod or testing environment and development environment. We should not go and we should not take and we should not upgrade. So if 7.2.5 officially Portinate vendor is released to the public and it is showing as a general availability, and also can we download means yes, we can go and download. Still, if we have any queries, what is the latest stable version of the firmware? Then anyway, we are paying money to, where is that? I removed, I think. Sorry. Firewall licenses. So we are already taking care of FortiCare support in this scenario. So we are paying money, FortiCare support. Okay, so if you don't know about the latest stable firmware version, then you can raise a ticket. Example, you can see TMZ Fortinet@gmail.com. Then you can send an email asking that. So what is the latest firmware version of the FortiGate stable version? Then they will reply back. So this is the latest version. You can go and you can upgrade. Okay, if you have any doubts, most of the cases we'll know directly by seeing the release notes itself. Okay, for suppose 7.2.5, it's released to the public and it is available as a GA, general availability, or stable version. In this scenario, now what we have to do? Now we have to upgrade the firewall. So example, how to upgrade the firewall? So this is the diagram. This is the diagram. Okay. So this is primary firewall 7.2.4. This is secondary firewall 7.2.4. So what is the latest version? Stable latest release version 7.2.5. Yeah. Seven point two point five. That means we have to upgrade the 7.2.4 to 7.2.5. So before going to upgrading of the firewall, I will give small introduction also on the high availability side. So as per network architecture diagram, you can see one of the connection we are going to WAF, one of the connection we are going to ISP router, one of the connection we are going to email gateway, one of the connection we are going to non-critical server, one of the connection we are going to proxy, one more connection will give to NIDS and APS also. I did not draw that one basically. One more connection we have to give NIDS and APS also. One more connection we have to give core switch as well. So this is the way how we can write. In short, what I have done. So primary firewall, one of the connection will give to WAF, one of the connection we can give to ISP router, one of the connection we can give to proxy, one of the connection will give to NIDS and APS. Okay. So in the similar way, secondary firewall also, one of the connection we have to give to ISP, one of the connection proxy, one of the connection NIDS and APS, one of the connection to WAF. Additionally, in between these two firewall also, one of the RJ45 Ethernet interface or maybe optical fiber cable connection also we have to provide. Why we have to provide this optical fiber connection or RJ45 Ethernet interface? Anyone? Any idea why we have to connect this one also in the high availability side? The reason behind this one is, yeah, I will explain. Yeah, the reason behind this one is, if this one will go down, how this firewall will come to know? In case if you don't have this connection, okay, if this one will go down, yeah, that's correct. If this one will go down, then how this will come to know? That is the reason one of the physical cable connection or cable connection or one of the connection we have to configure in between. So primary and secondary also. So if are configuring connection in between primary and secondary, in this scenario, always 24/7 into 365 days, it will exchange hello messages or heartbeat messages. Hello messages we can also call a heartbeat. Meaning here, I'm acting as a primary, I'm acting as a primary, I'm acting as a primary, I'm acting as a primary. Whenever this heartbeat messages or hello message will stop, then what secondary firewall will think? What secondary firewall will think? Whenever
It is stop.
exactly. Primary is went down. Something abnormal activities happened. Primary firewall went down. Automatically, secondary firewall is not receiving the heartbeat or hello messages. Then it will automatically will act as a primary firewall within fraction of seconds. Within fraction, maybe 1 second it will take. Maybe maximum 2 to 3 seconds it will take. So in such a way, always in between two firewalls, we have to configure one of the interface. Once we are configuring this interface, so then hello and heartbeat messages will exchange. If this one will go down, this one will think primary. If this one will go down, this one will think as a primary. Once it will come back, then automatically once again, hello and heartbeat messages will be exchanged. So that's why these heartbeat messages are very, very important. So next one. Now I have one question. So we configure two firewalls. How these two firewalls think which one is a primary and which one is secondary? Based on what criteria or based on what parameters? Both are same configuration, both are same firmware version, both are same licensing updates also, but based even both are same model number as well. But based on what parameters, this device will think this one is a primary, this device will think this one is secondary. Some configuration we have to do, right? Otherwise, so both are will act as active. So that configuration we can call it election settings. That configuration we can call it as a election settings. Okay. So yeah, I forgot all these. So note I'm putting based on election settings, we can firewall will act as a primary and secondary. Firewall will act as a primary and secondary. So what is meant by election settings here, or what is the configuration otherwise? What is my election settings or what is my configuration? Always, please remember this word. Always primary firewall election setting or score should be greater than to secondary firewall. Always primary firewall score should be, or election should be, or configuration must be greater than to secondary firewall. What is mean by this one? Okay, I will put always primary firewall score or election setting is greater than, enter a question guys, this one is greater than secondary. Based on what parameters? Firewall will act as a primary and secondary based on configuration and based on election settings. So example, primary firewall score, if you are configuring as 100, what is secondary firewall score? Anyone? What is secondary firewall score we can configure? Anyone?
98 or 90.
Yes, that's perfect. Less than 100. Less than 100. So that may be 99 or 98 or 90 or 0 also. 0 also. Okay, less than 100. So example, if this primary firewall we are configuring as a 100 example score or election setting or configuration, so this firewall must be 90 or maybe 80 or maybe 99 or maybe 98. Now based on this one, okay, this score is 100. So I must be, should be act as a secondary. So this is the way how we have to configure. I think let's go and see that is also there somewhere. Under interfaces, network interfaces. Hundred score. Here only normally we have to configure. Based on here score will be there 100. So according to that one, it will act as a primary. So maybe not this step, somewhere 100 we can see. 100, not only just 100, anything that's fine. Even 50 also that's fine. If you are giving 50, then obviously secondary firewall is less than 50. I think dashboard maybe. No. Log and report, high availability, system, high availability. You can see device priority. Are you able to see device priority here? Device priority.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 100. Yeah. So 100 is primary, less than 100 is secondary. This is the way how we have to configure. Okay. Device priority is nothing, election setting or configuration. This is practical. Okay. Yeah, so that is about high availability. Now firewall upgrade. Now I have one question. So will you upgrade both the firewalls at a time, or what? How can you upgrade? Anyone? Can you give your opinion? So this is the connection is established. And so primary firewall version is 7.2.4. So secondary firewall version is 7.2.4. Now, if you want to upgrade primary 7.2.5 and secondary 7.2.5, so how can you do it? Can we
do
go and up
automatically, no, sir?
automatically? So remember one thing, when you're doing the licensing upgrades, it will not reboot our firewall or server or database, whatever it may be. Please remember. So when you are doing, example, take your mobile itself. Whenever you are doing applications updates, whether your mobile is restarting. Example, in Play Store, you are updating your apps. Whether
No,
mobile is restarting.
no, sir.
No, it's not restarting. But whenever your OS version of the mobile you are upgrading, in that scenario,
Yeah, it is restart, sir.
exactly same thing, same concept you can apply here as well. So licensing or upgrading, it will not do any restart, but you are operating or upgrading entire firmware version. Now we are upgrading firmware version, not licensing versions or apps versions. In this scenario, whether it will restart or not. In this version, whether it will restart, yes, it is restart. That restart time may be, example, 10 minutes. What will happen? Same time any instant is happened. So for this reason, what we have to do, we should not upgrade all the firewalls at a time. First and foremost, what the condition we have to follow? We have to break up the connection. So this breakup, so one physical connection is there, right? Primary and secondary. So what we have to do? We have to break up the connection in between primary and secondary. After breaking up the connection or disconnecting this particular connection, then you have to upgrade primary firewall.
Sir, here breakup in the sense removing the cable connection, sir.
Exactly, that's right. Yeah, that's correct. Break up the connection meaning here, removing the connection. In between these two firewalls, there is no heartbeat messages. There is no hello message should not be exchanged. Is it clear?
Sir, here also time taken, no, sir.
Why it is time taken? So you have to upgrade.
Remote
Okay.
device and um,
Okay, let me complete. Let me complete. Sorry if I'm rude. Okay, so in this scenario, example, if you are upgrading both the firewalls at a time, maybe it is taking restart time is 10 minutes. Same time one of the instant is happened. Okay, so maybe it will compromise. First of all, internet is very mandatory for every employee in the organization. Example, take banking sector, take oil and gas sector, take telecom sector, take hospitals. So maybe in the hospitals, you are upgrading two firewalls at a time. So restart is taking by mistake. Okay, so maybe 10 minutes. Till that time, whoever is working on the doctors, they will open the applications. Internet will not work, obviously. If firewall will go down. So how they will monitor patient? It's a critical condition to them. Take oil and gas sector. So oil and gas sector, where maybe Reliance and so on, maybe Shell Petroleum, maybe HP Petroleum or Bharat Petroleum. So business is for oil and gas sector also, they will use a lot of applications at the time of drilling of the oil in the barrels, basically, right? So they will also use couple of applications to drill the oil and also water barrels they are purchasing, they will export and so on. Same time, example, so they are drilling the oil from the oceans or seas. In that particular scenario, firewall upgrade you have done. So restart, it has taken approximately 10 minutes or 15 minutes. By that time, application will not work. What oil and gas sector drilling people, they will come to know. They are not sure where is the oil, whether it's coming up or down, whether why it's not working. They are not able to see visibility point of view. Think about always business guys. Your security person doesn't mean that always we have to think about something got compromised and you have to take care of instant investigation. You should not be like that. So security and business should be always hand in hand, hand in hand. Okay. So coming back now. So I think Maunika or someone asked the question. Coming back here. So if you are upgrading the 2 firewalls, restart it has taken 10 minutes. Obviously, internet applications will not work. It's a business impact. It's an availability issue. Now, in this scenario, what we have to do? First, we have to disconnect this physical cable connection. Then it will act as a primary. Then this one will act as a primary. Then upgrade this firewall first, because already this one in production. So now internet will work. End users are able to access the respective applications. There is no business outage, availability issues at all. Upgrade this firewall. Even though 10 minutes restart time it has taken, there is no problem. Why? Because this firewall is working in condition. And also additionally, you have to monitor 1 or 2 days, because 7.2.5 has additional features, whether all those features are working correctly or not. What is the application compatibility issue? What is performance, first of all? So maybe right now primary firewall performance is showing as CPU utilization 4%. After upgrading to 7.2.5, maybe it is reaching up to 80%. That is not accepted. CPU utilization is not reaching, it should not be reached to 70 or 80%. So that's why we have to, after upgrading this firewall, so you have to monitor at least 1 or 2 days. If everything is fine and stable and application compatibility issues are okay and performance related issues are okay, then only we have to upgrade this secondary firewall after making this one as a primary. Once upgrading this firewall, then you have to bring it back to high availability. So this entire process will take minimum 3 to 4 days. Maybe you can ask the question now. So when you are upgrading this firewall, it's like a standalone. Only one firewall, it is acting as a primary. In this scenario, this firewall is also going down. Obviously, we don't have option. We have to maintain one more spare item. One more device we have to purchase. Okay, I'm repeating once again. Example, after disconnecting this firewall, you upgraded this firewall and you are monitoring for 2 days. Same time, this firewall went down. In that sense, applications will not work. How can you tackle this particular condition? We have to maintain one more spare device, or maybe we have to maintain one more firewall. That's expensive solution. So that is the reason most of the organization, so they will purchase only these two. They will take risk. Okay, one firewall is upgraded. 1 or 2 days, this one will act as a single device, and they will take risk and they will accept the risk. It's one of the Cisco inter equation, Google inter equation, Juniper inter equation. Okay. So if 2 firewalls went down completely, or at the time of firewall upgrade, so secondary firewall, you have the, okay, only standalone device. So same time, so your devices went down. How can you tackle this condition? Then what is the answer you have to say? You have to purchase one more spare device or one more firewall. That is the option you have to give. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So very, very big organization, they will ask all these logical questions. Yeah. So coming back now, firewall upgrade. What is the first condition for firewall upgrade? What is the first condition? What is the first condition? Just now we discussed what is the first condition we have to do.
We have to disconnect the.
Yes. Disconnect the both the firewalls as a high availability. So disconnect meaning here physical connection. So every device will act as standalone now. In between those two devices, heartbeat messages, hello messages should not be exchanged. So that is called disconnect. Otherwise, we can call also break up the connection. Later. Oops. Later. So make secondary firewall as a primary. And continue the business operations. So third one, upgrade the disconnected firewall. Disconnect firewall to latest version. Okay. Monitor upgraded firewall 1 or 2 days to verify performance related issues and also application compatibility issues. Okay. So later, make upgraded firewall as a primary. And continue the business operations. Then upgrade secondary firewall. Last one is bring it back to high availability. So this is the one thing, guys. So when I was working in one of the oil and gas sector company in Middle East and also in Netherlands, I have done a lot of mistakes. In my entire career, I have done a lot of mistakes in security point of view, guys. Those failures completely, I made it as a success. So always failure is the biggest lesson in the life, right? So same thing happened. What I have done. So I'm working for ADNOC, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. So in Dubai, in that scenario, what happened? So I went to on-site. So we are using Palo Alto 3050 firewall. So after that, without taking any backup configuration, without doing the backup connection, this one I have done on the Saturday. So Friday and Saturday is holiday in Middle East because Friday they will do prayer. Sunday is working day. So I went on Friday or Saturday. So and without breaking up the connection, I upgraded the firewall. Both the firewalls at a time. I upgraded the firewall. It's upgraded both the firewalls at a time and restart. It is taking more than 15 minutes. Now lot of alarms are coming from different locations. Dubai alarms are coming and also Sharjah alarms are coming. So Abu Dhabi alarms are coming. So from different field site engineers also, whoever is drilling the oil. So those people are calling to security team. What's happening? Our applications are not working. Internet is not working because as I said, it took 15 minutes to restart and once again stabilization. Okay. So all the applications are not working in the site wherever they are drilling the oil. So now everybody is giving complaint. Okay. Giving complaint, everybody is calling security team. Our applications are not working. What is the reason? So finally, so that security CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, he called an internal employee of ADNOC. So that guy is coordinated with me. We both are doing basically this upgrade. So finally, I said, I forgot, unfortunately, this physical disconnected connectivity and upgraded both firewalls at a time. I accepted the mistake, whatever I have done. So 15 minutes completely, more than 2000 alarms are received. And approximate 100 plus employees are given complaint. Applications are not working and we are unable to drill the oil. So completely I went on site. Now everything is remote work. Whoever is working TCS or Infosys or Wipro, whoever it may be. So even your client may be in different location, everything like a virtual through remote. So we can hide our facial expressions, but I went to on site and in front of everybody. So I'm doing all this work. Now, after completed this work successfully, even though it's failed, so next day, root cause analysis I have to provide to them. Around 50 members team is there, including CISO, directors, engineers, security team, and other team members as well. So everybody shooting questions to me. Why did you do mistake? What the reason? Don't you have backup plan? Don't you have technical skills? So everybody is shooting 50 members. They are blaming me and they are asking questions continuously. How I have to give the answer? I accepted my mistake. By mistake, unfortunately, sorry, apologies. I have done mistake. So without proper documentation, without proper knowledge. So I have done this 2 firewall upgrade at a time. So in future, I will not repeat it once again. So that is the way I convinced them. So they are fine with me. Okay. So this is what I did. It happened. Not only this one, I say, as I said, I did lot of mistakes. Not only in the firewall side. I have done in SIM tool side. I have done application security side. I have done cloud security side, even governance side also. There are a lot of mistakes. Those mistakes only I have, those failures basically, I have think I mean, I took it as a positive, and I learned from those mistakes and failures. Okay, so this is one of the practical this is what whenever I'll go for interview, what is the biggest lessons you learn in your entire career? What is biggest failure in your entire career? This is what I'll provide all these practical things, whatever it is happened in my career. These are also some of the practical questions they will ask. What is biggest failure in your entire career? What is biggest drawback in your failure in your entire career? What mistakes you have done? So how did you achieve your success? This is the way how they will ask in the main initial round of the interview. So most of the people will say, I did not do any mistake. In your
Sir,
entire
any
career,
terminations is there on the timer, sir?
I'm sorry.
That means after doing this mistake, any termination letters or any...
No. So one time, two
Okay.
times is okay, no problem. We're human beings, obviously. We're human
Okay,
beings.
sir.
Everybody will do mistake. Nobody
Yes.
perfect in this world. If everybody is perfect in this world, then they will become God, right?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what. So there is no termination, fortunately. So they given one more chance to me, one more option to me. That's all. Yeah. First time it's okay, but second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, you are repeating the continuously failures. Maybe termination, yes, it will be there. Okay. So that is what. So these type of questions also we can like why I'm not saying I'm great. What is the lessons you learned from this particular scenario? So these type of questions also they will ask in the main initial round of the interview. What are the biggest drawbacks in your previous organization? What are the biggest challenges you faced? What are the biggest failures you faced? Okay. What are the biggest advantages in your current organization? So those type of questions also we can expect. So that's what we can call main initial round. Spontaneous. Okay. So this is basically, they will test your personal skills, your honesty. Okay. So your attitude, your character, everything it matters. Couple of people, they will say, I did not do not even single mistake. I did not do not even single failure. Is it true? Okay. Obviously we'll do even mistakes also in the email point of view. One time, instead of sending emails to my director, I sent to CEO of the organization by mistake. That is also one of the biggest mistake. Because both the names are same as it is. Okay. So firewall license. So high availability, any doubt? Firewall upgrade is any doubt or not? Firewall upgrade.
Sir, upgrade, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, you told me there is a primary and secondary, no, sir.
Yeah.
That is, both are one system or different systems? I confused that one.
Two different systems.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Two different systems. So firewall licenses. So this one I forgot. I will repeat: antivirus, IPS, DLP, URL filtering. So next one is Wi-Fi, access points, app control, premium support. So before doing firewall upgrade, so this is change or not? First of all, firewall upgrade change or not? You are implementing change or not? Are you implementing change or not? This one change or not?
Yes, sir.
It is change. Yes, it is change. 7.2.4 is a normal version. We are changing to 7.2.5. It's a change. So whenever you are doing any change, we have to raise change request. Change request. Just like that, we should not go and we should not do all the change. So for this one, we have to raise change management request or change request. If you want to implement any change for production environment, we have to raise change request. Change request. So where we have to raise this change request? We have to raise a change request in ticketing tool. so and so date, so and so time. So I'm doing the change. Okay. So ticketing tool, that may be ServiceNow or Snow. So or maybe Jira, or maybe ITSM, or maybe BST, or maybe Remedy. All these are tools. Ticketing tools like ServiceNow or Snow, or Jira, ITSM, BST, Remedy. All these are tools. There are so many tools are available. So change request, we have to raise in this ticketing tool. Okay. So if it is ServiceNow ticketing tool, so change request number will start. Because it's very famous service now. That's why I'm explaining service now. CH0000. CH means change. 000 means it's a reference number. If it is incident ticket, what are investigations we are doing? It will start with INC 0000. So incident means INC, change means CH. CH means change. So in the change request, so these process basically, it's a process oriented questions. It's a process. Upgrading or downgrading, this a process or it's a technical? Is it a process or a technical? It's a process. Yeah, it is a process basically. So most of the cases will follow two different types of process every organization. One is ITIL process. Most of the service delivery companies, consulting companies, service-based companies, they'll follow ITIL, Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Information Technology Infrastructure Library. So under this one, we have incident management, incident lifecycle management. Topic is diverted. Change management. Problem statement. Solution statement. So these are all process oriented. So that's why you're onboarding in a company. They'll explain what is the process you have to follow. Whether it is ITL process or NAST framework. Maybe every company they have their own process. Every company will not follow same process. Okay. So second process we have NAST framework. So second, okay, so framework will follow NAST. It's very, very popular. Most of the companies they will follow NAST, especially product-based companies. If it's service-based companies, they'll follow ITIL. If it's a product-based company, they'll follow NAST framework, National Institute of Standard Technology. So they defined incident lifecycle management process, risk management, please remember this one. These are all entire questions once again. Change management, problem statement and solution statement. So these are all the two different. Now firewall upgrade also one of the change. So we have to follow either ITL defined change management process or maybe NIST defined change management process. Okay, every change management request. So I said we have to raise a change request. Every change request. Okay, we have to raise a ticketing tool. So example service now you raise a change request. It will generate one of the, okay, so CH0000 number 1234 example. So ticket number, change request number is for firewall upgrade. CH00001234 example. This is the change number. So when you're raising a change request in the ticketing tool, you have to fill one of the template. At the time of change or at the time of upgrade, maybe some of the issues will come. Don't think that the change request is applicable to only security team. Do you think that change request is applicable to only security team? Do you think that change request is applicable to only security team? Every team in the organization, guys. application version is upgrading from 1.2 to 1.3. Obviously, application development team also they will write change request. Product development or product Apple is increasing from maybe so 14 series upgrading from 1.1 to 1.2. They will also write change request. So what are products, applications, testing team, everybody is they will write change request, not only security team, especially support team. Support team. If you want to upgrade the product, yes, we have to upgrade. So we have to write change request. You have to upgrade the application. Yes, we have to write the application change request. You have to upgrade the server, consider server. 2008 to 2009, 2019 to 2020, they will also write change request. So the change request is common for every team in the organization. That may be DevOps, that may be machine learning, that may be application development, product development, mobile development, servers team, Linux team, sysadmin team, Windows team, security team, or NOC team, and so on. This is common for every team. Most of the case, support team, they will take care of this change request. In this change request, we have to fill couple of information. It's like Excel sheet. Excel sheet. So what is the information we have to fill? Take example of our firewall upgrade request. Scope of the work or scope of the change. What is scope of the change here? What is scope of change? What is scope of the change we are discussing? Firewall upgrade. So now, change date, change implementation date. Most of the cases, change implementation date we will provide on weekends. Why? Because nobody should get availability issues, internet issues. Maybe example, consider tomorrow 11th. So 11th is Saturday. Okay, 3rd March 2023. Change window. Don't think window means our so door window or maybe house window and so on. How much time it will take to implement the entire change? Maybe 8 hours. Change window means how much time it will take to implement the overall change. So what time change will start? Example 9 a.m. What time change will completed? So 9 means 3 plus 5 p.m. So next one is who is the primary contact to implement the change? Some XXXXX name of the candidate, contact number of the primary contact number. So mobile number. So next one is email address. So x.y @ maybe tcs.com. This change is upgrading in TCS company example. Secondary contact. Couple of times, even so many people are required to implement the change. So why? So same thing is applicable here also. So these information we have to fill, guys. Secondary contact number, mobile number, email address is y.z. So even couple of times, even tertiary contact also. 2 people are not sufficient. We have to inform one more guy also. So additionally, sometimes in firewall upgrade, who will verify whether application is working or not? Which team? All the application performance is good and it's well and also working fine or not? Who will verify? Whether security team will verify? Whether security team will verify? Applications. Who will verify?
Is it the testing team?
Application testing team. That's correct. Application testing team. So that means we have to include other team members also in this change. Okay, supported team members. So example, application team. So they will go and they will verify whether application testing is working fine or not. Couple of times Networking related issues also will come. So communication point of view. So in that scenario, even so one more supported team member may be network engineers. Port is not opening. Okay, so routing is not happening properly. Switching is not happening properly. Network admin also required. So that means maybe approximate 3 to 4 members. Okay, so additionally, we have to provide backup plan also. One backup plan in case after upgrading the firewall, so bug is there in the latest software, it's not upgrading, even though it took 7 hours out of 8 hours. So example, you upgrade from 7.2.4, you clicked on the OK button. So it took 7 hours, but still it's not upgraded to 7.2.5. What will you do? But overall time, how many hours? How many hours overall time?
8 hours.
8 hours. Almost 7 hours or 7.5 hours is completed. But tomorrow, once again, application team will come. So other team members also will come. By that time, every application has to work properly. Everybody has access to everything. Availability should not come. Outage should not come. For this purpose, we have to provide backup plan also. After upgrading 7.2.4 to 7.2.5, so still, okay, firewall latest stable version has some of the bug in the latest software release, and it's not upgraded to 7.2.5, then we have to revert back to 7.2.4. So that is called backup plan. If successfully change is not completed, so we have to revert back to the previous version itself. So example 7.2.4, that's why daily basis we have to take the firewall backup also. That's why we have to take the daily basis, okay, firewall backup, not only server backup or a database backup, even our tools backup also we have to do regular backups. Okay, you upgrade without taking, okay, 7.2.4, you upgrade 7.2.5 and you don't have backup configuration. How can you revert back? You don't have backup configuration file is not there with you. So that's why this backup plan is very, very important. Okay, so this is what we have to fill, and this template we have to attach in change request. So after this one, now this change request approval will go to first person is your manager, SOC manager example. Second approval will go to cab director. Cab director. Don't think like Uber or Ola cab. So cab means here change advisory board. Every company, one dedicated person will be there. He will monitor whatever changes they are implementing in every week. So that person is called change director or cab director otherwise. So full form is change advisory board. So every change, whatever we are implementing in the organization level, so that guy will validate whether it is correct time to upgrade or not. So that may be application, that may be server, that may be database, that may be firewall, that may be application, product, cloud, whatever it may be. If this guy is rejected, so we should not implement change. You will do basically a risk assessment and risk analysis. So later, one more approval is required. Approval go to once again, anyone. Your SOC manager, your cab director. So who is final approval or authority?
Is it the chief security officer, CEO?
No, if are working for client, so client or customer. Otherwise, if you are the same organization, product-based company, yes, CISO, right. Client or so customer. We have to take customer also. If customer they are taking care of their own upgrades, okay, no problem. Okay, so you are working for product-based company. Yes, you are right. CISO is correct person for final authority. You are working for client. Example, maybe you are part of Wipro company. You are implementing one of the project related to Continental Health, pharma-based hospital. So now we have to take the approval from Continental Health manager and director also. So that is from client approval also. If the product-based company, yes, you are right. CISO is our final authority. Okay. So do you know what? One of the, okay, so change we implemented 10 times. 10 times it's failed. 10 times it's failed. My office, we are migrating from Koramangala, Bangalore, Embassy Golf Link Business Park to, so Global Tech Village, Balandur in Bangalore once again. So we are completely migrating from Koramangala to Balandur. So that the entire office itself, we are migrating from Koramangala to Balandur. Example, maybe High Tech City and also Kokatpalli. Maybe take High Tech City and Gachibowli otherwise. So your office migrating from, example, right now your office in High Tech City, Madhapur. So maybe you are moving to, Nanakramaguda, Gachibowli. In that scenario, so entire applications, how it is working, entire backup, how it is going, entire storage, how it is going. So everything is copied or not, where every application is working or not, whether routing is happening or not, whether product is working or not. So everything we have to test. That is also one type of change. So that 10 times it's failed because of storage and backup. Storage team will be there, right? Storage, it's not able to, copy or backup. It took almost 10 times failure. 11th time it is succeeded. So that is one of these, once again issue. Second, one more I will give. When I was working in Cognizant, that time I am supporting for one of the healthcare related project. So one of the change, it took almost 3 days, 72 hours. Actually, that change we have to implement in 8 hours. But that one, it's went almost 72 hours. In that call, 300 plus employees are participated. Because 72 hours, we cannot, without sleep, without food, we can't, right? So everybody is participated in that particular call. So finally, what is the issue we faced and we identified? VMware, NSXi, bridge issue, and also routing issue. Every team is working on, application team is working on application side, product team is working on product side, security team is working on security, anything is got compromised, network team is working on routing side. So switching team is working on switching side, server team is working on server related issues and performance related issues, backup team working backup side, and so on. That change, it took approximate 3 days continuously. Even CISO also participated in that particular call. Okay, so this is the way how practically these issues will occur. Okay, so that's all about overall what is my change request and change. Once again we can discuss, don't worry. Once again we'll discuss about all these. At the time of ITL, we have separate topic is there, ITL and NIST framework, there I will discuss. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. Do you have any questions? Actually, I thought to complete VPN today, but topic is diverted. It's okay, no problem. So tomorrow I'll complete VPN, then we can start our proxy or NIDS and APS. Any doubts? Please understand the concepts, guys. Please understand the concepts. Any doubts?
No.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much and good night. See you tomorrow.